So first, I'd like to explain a little bit what I made here because in the last video it's unclear. So I'm still working on the maze, um, but I created these two big areas here. So I have this one here, which I'm not sure what it will be for yet. And then we have this one with the grass in here. Oh, wait. Yes, in here. And I would like to add this sheep here that will just move from one place to another and eat grass. So we'll have to code that. And also we'll add the sound effects for the player so that when you walk, you have a specific sound for each type of ground. But first, I'd like to play the scene so you can see the progress of that. It's just basic movement. You can crouch and run and jump, and that's pretty much it. We'll go to that as well. So I'll go to that code and explain it. And then, like I said, we'll add some sound effects and create the AI for the ship. And the idea is one of these sheep will transform into a monster if you touch it. That's the idea. And I also have to mention that the rotation of the camera, I used ChatGPT for that. I don't know how that works, actually. But I will explain the movement.
Oh, so it's like a horror game, right?
Yeah, and the idea is you have this maze, and you have to do some objectives, and then and also you have to survive traps and different monsters. That's the idea. But we're just this is the second meeting, so we'll probably get into that the monsters and the traps in the following meetings. So let me show you how this works first. Let's see. So this here is for the camera. I don't know exactly how that works actually, so we won't go into that, but I will explain the movement. So we have the rigid body because we have to move our player. Horizontal axis for left and right movement. This will give us the direction on left and right, and this will be forward and backwards. The vertical axis. This here is a value, a float, to crouch. So how what's the difference between the crouch position and the walking position on the y-axis? And this is a coroutine we use to crouch. So we transition from normal movement to crouch to the crouching position with this coroutine. The move speed, jump force, and then we have the standard move speed. So this is the value for walking, this is for running, and this is for crouching. And then we have these boots here, is jumping and is crouching, so we know if you jump or crouch. So in the start method, so when the object starts existing, we get the rigid body. This here we stop the cursors, we disable the cursor because it's a first person game and we don't want to see the cursor. We set those axes so to 0, so basically not moving. That's what this means. And by default is jumping is false and is crouching is false. And like I showed you in the 2D project, some things you have to do it in update, some things you have to do it in fixed update. So we have the camera movement function, which I won't go through because I don't understand it, but these two are for movement. So let's look into that. So like I said, we get the direction on the horizontal and vertical axis. So this is left and right, this is forward and backwards. And like I said, this is either -1, 0, or 1. And I also have to mention that the transition from -1 to 0 or from 0 to 1, those are not instant. Those happen gradually over a period of time, which is short, but it's not instant. That's something I have to mention. And for jumping here, we check if we press the space. If we are not jumping, then it means we can jump. So we set it to true because we're jumping, and then add that force. And you see here, in 3D, we cannot modify one axis of the velocity. We have to modify the whole vector tree. So we say new vector tree here, and we want to maintain the speed on X and on Z, and we modify just the Y axis, which is the it is for jump. Here, this is for crouching. So if you press left shift, this is for running actually. So when you press shift and if you're not crouching, you just change the move speed value to the run move speed. And on key up, so when we release the key, we want to return to our speed, our walking speed. So we change it to standard move speed. And here this is for crouching. If you press control key, is crouching becomes not is crouching. So in other words, if it's crouching is true, we make it false. If it's false, we make it true. That's what this means. So if we are crouching, then we want to set the move speed to that crouch move speed. Else, if you are not crouching, so if you return to the walking movement, we change it to standard move speed. And then here, if that coroutine is running, so that coroutine makes the transition from walking to crouching. Yeah, if it is running, we stop it and we restart it, and we save it in a variable here. Okay, and then here in fixed update, we just this is just for the movement on the X and Z axis of the player. Let's see. Yes, so we create the velocity here, and we maintain the y-axis because we don't want to change that, so we can move while we are jumping. Okay, and on collision enter, so if we touch the platform, we make it false so we can jump again. And this is for this is a little bit complicated, but this is for the transition from walking to crouching. And I showed you that for yesterday. This is a counting time, and we just move the camera from a position from either from top to bottom or from bottom to top, depending on if you are crouching or if you are returning to the walking normal walking. Okay, so that's the player script we have so far. It's time to add some sound effects. So first, let's go to our player, and this player has the camera also, and you see that the camera has the audio listener here, and this will detect sounds basically. But we also want to go to our player and place an empty object on the feed here. So with audio source like that. Seems to be in the correct position. We just need to add an audio source component. So this will play a sound basically, and if you want, we can loop it, and we want to loop it because this is for walking. Play on awake, I don't know, no, we don't want that. So we just have this here, and I will set it to 3D. So what's the difference between 2D and 3D? 2D, you hear it the same regardless of the position, but 3D, you hear it from where it's coming from. So it will come from the feed now. And now that you have that, we go to our player script. Let's say, make another comment here. Effects. we want to have that audio source here so we can play sounds. So public audio source clip audio source. And then we want to, because because we have I have an asset here with different sounds. We actually want to make a structure so that each type of material has different sounds. And I will explain in a second. So here, footstep essentials. So you see, I have grass, gravel, leaves, metal. I have all these, but I want, but these each one has a sound for landing, running, and walking. Okay. Um, so we'll need to have a structure for that. So let's see, how do we do this? Let's do it in here, I guess. Public, yeah. And we'll call this okay. Like that. And we want those clips here. So we have a public audio clip, and let's put them in the order that they are here. We want from one for I guess rock or tile. I'm not sure what's the difference. Actually, let me hear that 1 second. I'm curious. I'm curious how this sounds like. Let's Okay, that's interesting because we have multiples. So I'm assuming we have to combine those. Okay, so it seems that we have to combine those. We don't have one sound that is looping. We actually have to combine this, I think. This one. Yep, it seems that way. So if this is the case, we have to have some arrays here, not just one clip. We have an array instead. So jump. Okay. So this is jump array. And then we have actually, let me see that. Is it just one sound? No. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure. Let's actually make an empty object here in the scene because I want to test it, see how it sounds. So let's adjust the loop. Okay, and just add one from here. Increase that like that. All right, make it 3D. Let's see how that sounds. Or actually, why am I doing that? We can just go to our feedback audio source. Piano mic. Let's see how that sounds. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. So I'm assuming we have to use all of them. But let's see. I have another asset here. Sorry, this takes some time, but let's see how this is. Okay, so I think we have to use all of them. Okay. So if that's the case, we have this array here, one for running. So one array. But let's call them jump clips instead. Clips not array. Then one for walking. And now the question is, how do we add these? How do we create these arrays? Actually, because I'm assuming we will not see these in the inspector. Let's see first. Actually, yes, we do not see these here. So let's see how to. Thank you. Inspector and previous this. Serialize it. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Okay. Being abstract, it will not show in the inspector by default. Let's see. A moment of truth. We still cannot see it again. Sorry about that. But we actually we can solve this. It's not that big of an issue. If you cannot do it like this, we'll do it another way. But I would like to do it this way. Systems realize. Yeah, I'm not sure how to do it, so we'll do it another way. It's no problem. So instead, we'll just delete this here, and we'll have arrays separately. So with one thing. So right now we need the two sound effects, one for tiles and one for the grass. So let's put it down. Yep. And now we need so we'll just have arrays like this. Instead, I was trying to use structures so it doesn't look we don't have like these many arrays, but maybe like this is not problem. Okay. Let's of course have to rename each one. And now we can add all of those clips, but before that, let's see exactly where in this code we want to activate that. And I think it is, let's see. Yes, here after we we get the direction. We want to see if we are moving, and if we are moving, then we want to see how we are moving, and then we play those sound effects. But let's see. So we also want to know what type of platform we are touching. So like int ground type. By default, we'll make it 0, and 0 will mean the normal platform. And let's see. So here we check if this is 0 and the other one is 0 as well. So in other words, we are not moving. So we'll comment this here. Oh, sorry, not equal, different than 0. So if we are moving, then we want to play a sound. So we need to know which type of ground it is. So if it is ground type is 0, then and you see there's an issue here because we want to change those sound effects. So how do we cannot do it here like this. So we have a coroutine for that. We have a coroutine. Okay. So we remove this here. So we just check if you are moving, and if you are, then we start that coroutine. And also we want to change that coroutine sometimes. Let's see. Sorry, this is not simple. So this will be moving on left. Right, and here we want to use a certain sound effect array. So we just say click and let's see. Okay, I think I know. So we use a for loop from 0 to that length of the array, length plus plus. So we go from the first effect to the last one, but I have an error here for some and first thing that we do, we give the sound effect to that audio source. So hit audio source. Let's see. Let's flip equal. the sound effect array and the Y position, the I position. And then we play it, but we don't want to loop it actually. So I'll go here into the without gestures and disable that. We don't want to loop. And let's see. Because the question is, how do we let's see. So here we started, but then if you start moving, we want to stop it, right? So we want to save that coroutine, moving, moving. So you want to save that, but later. First, let's play the sounds. So we give it the clip, we play it. So play. So now the sound is playing. And then here we say while it is playing, so that source, like a source, is playing. While it's playing, we wait. We wait for it to finish. So we say yield return null. So we wait. We just wait until it's finished playing with that effect. And then let's see. Actually, I just realized that we can do it another way. We can just yes, we can. We don't have to use this coroutine variable. We can just make a bool here. We just put it is moving, and then if we are moving here, we set it to 2. And also, let's make sure that by default it is false. And then if you are not moving, so else we make it false. Yeah? And if you have just one line of code, you don't need to add this parenthesis. You can just say the line of code like this. And now we know if we are moving, and in here we can say while it's moving, we do this right, like that. So let me comment this so it's clear. While we are what layer moving, here we go. Go through the sound effect. Put the sound effect in the audio source. Play the sound, and then we wait for it to finish. Wait for the and please let me know if you have questions, because I know this looks a bit complicated. So we wait, and then after, so when it finished playing, it will go back to the 4, and we'll go to the next sound effect. And after the whole array is finished, it will go again because of this while. But we want here, if we are not moving, we want to stop this. We want to stop everything here. So let's see how do we do that. But also another thing very important, I forgot. If you do a while loop, you have to wait a frame. Okay, so we also have to wait a frame in here. Otherwise, it will freeze our editor and will crash the Unity editor. And we want to stop if you are not moving. So we check that every frame. here. So let's do that here. If is moving, and we add this symbol here. This is called not, so not moving. Then we yield break. So we leave the coroutine. And let me think 1 second, because this is not simple. Okay, so we have a way to stop it, but yes, unfortunately, we do have to have a variable here, because oh, I see. Actually, I'm stupid. Okay, so here is how we'll do this. In here we start the coroutine. Okay, but we have to check here if it is that is false. So if is moving is false, then we make it true, and then we start the coroutine. So start wait, actually in here let's also use the ground type. So actually we don't have to put it as a parameter, but here we say if ground type is 0, then that array will be, and then actually this is good because we don't even need this. We can just create it here. Okay. Like that. So if it's type 0, then it's the first array. Oh, never mind. Sorry, we have to have 2 arrays. So let's say, sorry, my bad. Walking. And then we have running sound effects. Like that. So then we have to put parentheses because we have 2 lines of code. So this one will be walk, and then this one will be type 1. Like that. And if it is ground type 1, that's gas. So let's yeah, it's gas. We just have to replace those. Like that. And let's see how do we do this here. So depending on what this what kind of movement we have here, we will play a certain sound effect. So first, let's see. Okay, so if here, if we check if we check if we are walking or running. So we say move speed is equal to walk. Sorry, I forgot how I named those. Let's see, standard. Let's call it walk instead, and modify where it's necessary because that's not okay. Okay, I changed that variable name. So we check if you are walking here, and if you are, then we go to this. So let's just copy everything in here like that. Wait. Okay. So this is for walking. We will use the walk sound effects like that. Yes, and you see we have an error here because there's nothing in it, and ifs are not guaranteed to have a to do this. So that's why there is we have to put something in here. So we just make a an empty, just an empty. An empty audio clip like that. Okay, so this doesn't really matter because the ground type will be 0 or 1 guaranteed, but this editor doesn't know that. But let's say we, while this is happening, let's say we want to run instead. We also have to check in here if that happens. Okay. So how do we do that? We check if that speed is still this. And also we want to stop this if we're jumping. So here in here you see is moving, is not moving. And also we want to add another condition and say is jumping. Or if it's jumping, we also want to stop this. And here, in here, when we start that coroutine, so here we start coroutine movement. Sorry, I forgot how I did that. Moving sound effects. So here we started, but we also want to check if you are not jumping first. Okay. So if you are jumping, we don't want to play any sound effects. So let's see. Yes, this. But first, here we say is jumping. Is not jumping. So we first check if you are jumping. Let's see. Yes, so that will fix the jumping problem. So we stop if we start jumping this routine. But what if you are moving? We change the speed, we run instead. Yes, we want to get out of this for loop. So in here we also check if move speed is different than what move speed, like that. or not like that, but is equal to run speed. Then we just break this while loop. But it's interesting because we also want to break out of this here, this for loop. So I think, yeah, we break out of this while, and then we check that again here. Okay. So because this doesn't allow us to break out of the for, we break out the while first, and then we also break out of the for here. You see. But what if we are crouching? What if we are crouching? Yes. So here, let's also say if you are crouching, so move speed is equal to crouch move speed. So either if we are running or crouching, we get out of this sound effect, the walking sound effect, and then if we are running, we just break out of this for. But if move speed is equal to crouching, it's crouch move speed, then we break completely. So we break out of the coroutine. And also we have to take that in consideration here where we start the coroutine, because we also don't want to do it if we're crouching. So let's say here another condition is not crouching. So crouching basically will allow us to move without any sound effects. So let's see. We did that for the walking, but now we want to copy this whole thing here. Yes, we want to copy the whole thing. But let me say here for walking. Now we just copy paste the whole thing again, like that. But this time is for running, so we'll say run move speed. So we check if we are running, and we use the other array here, the run. The run sound effect. Okay. And let's see, it's moving, it's jumping, we break, or it's jumping. But actually, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, why don't I just add the crouching here? Do we actually have a bull for that? I'm curious. Yes, we actually do have a bull for that. Oh, well, then we don't need this here. We can just yes. Sorry, this is not necessary here. This line here. So we just want to add this in here. So is crouching. We also want to get out of the coroutine. And now we'll probably have bugs, but it's time to test it. Oh, one more thing here. If it is walking walk speed again, then we want to break out of this and return to our walking walking sound effects. Okay. And also here, where is that? Here on collision, you see. Yes. So in here we have this grass here, and let me click on it. Okay. This one has a collider, and I gave it a tile grass. But let's make sure that it is trigger. Actually, that's interesting. It doesn't have a. It does not have the option to be triggered. See? That's interesting. Okay. Now it's what. Okay. So we cannot use the collision enter. We have to use the trigger without physics. So on trigger enter. So basically, when we enter this the terrain here, we check if that collider content tag is grass, and then give the ground type. We make the ground type 1. Yeah. And we also want the exit here. So exit, and then we check if it's grass, and then here we make it back to 0. So this will enable those specific sound effects. But now we have to add those sound effects to our arrays that we created. And we also, after we finish this, we'll add the jump sound effect. But please let me know how much time do we have left. Because this will take like half an hour.
I have around like 16 minutes.
All right. I'll try to move fast then. And you let me know when you have to go. Yes, so you see I made these arrays here, so we have to let's start with this one. I think you can just so this will take a while. Let me first. Oh wait, actually why am I doing this? We can just I do this. Sorry, unfortunately I have to do it manually. I cannot do it in any other way. Okay, we have the standard sounds. Let's add the grass. Oh wow, we have a lot of options here. I don't know how big this is. And I guess we don't need all of them, I'm assuming. But we'll add them just to be sure. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so you have the start beyond. Okay, I see. Well, in that case, Um, let's remove some of these because from what I can see, you have the start and the length. So I'll just remove some of those. All right. Okay. So I have three variations. So wait 1 second. Kind of confusing. We'll drag this here. Okay. So we have some variations for that. Now the running. Let's see, 3 times 5, that's 15. And I guess we'll stop for today after this. Sorry, but that's the run, and then the okay, and we'll stop for today. That's a lot of things. Okay, how many are these? Yeah, sorry, but I did not know that there are so many. Um, okay, I guess that's enough. Let's see. Yeah, it's time to. I'd like to test this before we go. So let's see if it works. We don't want this to look. That looks okay. Let's hope we do not crash the game because it was. Okay. I do not hear anything. So let's pause 1 second. See if we have any errors. Doesn't seem, but why doesn't it work? Because you see, it is in here, but it is not working for some reason. Let me try again. Okay, it is not working, and it's actually not changing this audio source here. So let's see what the issue is. We have the audio source here. Let's try one more time. Make sure that that bool is changing here, and it is not. So what's the issue here? Let's see. We, let's harvest the here. Here is one of the issues. So let's see. So we're not. Oh. So we're not crouching, we're not jumping, and these are different. But I think one issue could be here. You see, we check if we are moving, but this here means we are moving on both axes. What if we are moving on just one? So let's say here or operator. So it doesn't. We don't have to move on both axes. We can just move forward or left, right, and it will work as well. Let's make sure. Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Okay. You see, this else statement here is a bit complicated. So when do we make that moving force? Well, I guess if we these are both zero, then we're not moving. So let's just say let's not say else here. Let's just make an if statement and check if both of these are zero. So both are zero, and change that from all to end here. We may just make it false. I guess that's okay. Because else mean we negate all of these conditions here, and it's complicated, and I'm not sure. So we just stop. We say it's not moving if we do not press anything. Yes, one more time. And then, sorry for keeping you a little bit too long, but we'll finish soon. Okay, let's pause, make it smaller. First, we want to check if that moving is working. So let's try again. Yes, so now you see it. You can see it in the inspector there. Now that is working now. But okay, maybe we cannot hear it because it's too small. Okay, so let's increase the size of this like that. Try again. I do not hear it very well. Let me see. Yes, I do not hear it, and you can see that that audio source is not modified. Okay, well, we'll stop for today, and we'll fix this next. If we have time tomorrow. I usually do this Monday to Friday at about the same time. So if you can, we'll continue tomorrow. Is that okay?
Yes, it's all right.
All right. Thank you very much for being here.
Okay, so I can leave, right?
Yeah. See you soon.